In a land of warriors and kings, where the mighty ruled and fear gripped the weak, one young shepherd boy dared to challenge the impossible. This is the story of David, the boy who faced a giant and changed history forever, the fear of Israel. The valley of Elah echoed with the terrifying roars of Goliath, a warrior so massive that even the bravest soldiers of Israel trembled at the sight of him. Clad in shining armor, with a spear like a weaver's beam and a sword that gleamed under the sun, he stood before the armies of Israel and mocked them. "Send me a man to fight. If he defeats me, we will serve you, but if I win, you will be our slaves." Goliath's voice thundered across the battlefield. For 40 days, the Israelites cowered in fear. No one dared to step forward. No one except a young shepherd boy named David. Scene 2. The courage of a shepherd. David had come to the battlefield to deliver food to his brothers, but when he heard Goliath's mocking challenge, his heart burned with righteous anger. "Who is this Philistine that dares to defy the armies of the living God?" David asked. His brothers scoffed. "Go back to your sheep, David. This is not your fight." But David was undeterred. He knew that victory did not belong to the strong, but to those who trusted in God. Word of David's boldness reached King Saul. The king, desperate for a champion, called for the boy. "You are but a youth. How can you fight this warrior?" Saul questioned. But David stood firm. "I have fought lions and bears while protecting my father's sheep. The same God who delivered me then will deliver me now." Seeing the fire in David's eyes, Saul agreed. He offered his royal armor, but David refused. He did not need weapons of war, only his faith and a simple sling. Scene 3. The battle begins. With only a staff, a sling, and 5 smooth stones from the brook, David stepped onto the battlefield. Goliath roared with laughter. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks?" he mocked. But David was not afraid. He declared, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. Today he will deliver you into my hands." With that, David placed a stone in his sling, spun it around, and let it fly. Scene 4. The fall of the giant Dephits. Time seemed to slow as the stones soared through the air. It struck Goliath right in the forehead. The mighty warrior staggered, his towering form swaying, and then he crashed to the ground with a deafening thud. Silence fell over the battlefield. The Philistines stared in disbelief. The great Goliath, their undefeatable champion, lay dead at the hands of a mere shepherd boy. David rushed forward, took Goliath's own sword, and cut off his head. The armies of Israel erupted in cheers, and the Philistines fled in terror. Conclusion: the power of faith. That day, a shepherd became a warrior, and Israel learned that victory does not come from strength alone, but from trusting in God.